Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to ELSA Malaysia's Legal Webinar Special Series Episode 2. So currently it is about 2:17 p.m. Good evening to all, wherever you may be participating from. So my name is Megan, and I'm the Director of External Affairs and Development in ELSA. And on behalf of ELSA Malaysia, I will be your moderator for today. And we would first like to extend our gratitude to Mr. Eddie Lau for his time today. This webinar is brought to you by ELSA Malaysia, collaborating with eLawyer. So, as law pursuing students, one is often told of the wide avenue of opportunities a law degree can offer. However, with the absence of verification on the information advised towards us, ELSA Malaysia thought this session with our esteemed guest, Mr. Eddie Lau, would benefit us all in achieving clarity on what is known versus what is speculated or even exaggerated. eLawyer is a recruitment firm focused on law-related industries in the region. So their online service goes further to CV building, bridging the gap between students and legal companies. Hence the topic today. What can you do with a law degree? Career options for law graduates. Now, without further delay, we once again thank Mr. Eddie Lau and let us welcome his presentation today.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being together here. I'm very honored to have this privilege to do this FB Live and also webinar to share the insight that I gained as a lawyer and also as a legal recruitment consultant over the past decade. So today my topic is relevant to law students, law grads, or even a young lawyer, because we study so hard to earn a law degree, but what can we do with a law degree? So today I hope during these sessions we can be more interactive. You can ask questions and I'll answer you along the line. And we also have a Q&A session at the end of the talk. So we will talk about the overview of the landscape of the legal career market in Malaysia. We will also talk about career options. Then at the end, I'll do a conclusion. So first, I want to ask the questions. How many lawyers are in Malaysia market? And are we having more and more law grads? Or is there more and more law-related jobs? So this is a statistic that I get. You can see these are the amount of law school that we have in our region. And you can see the most law school we have is in Philippines. And Malaysia, we have 15 law school. And this is the population of qualified lawyer in different market. So in Malaysia, we have 19,825 lawyers, which about 20,000 lawyers. And you can see the largest amount of lawyer is actually in Thailand. Thailand has 72,000 lawyers. And this is the ratio for population of the country against the ratio of the lawyer. So in Malaysia, our ratio is about 16,000 citizens per lawyer. And you can see in some countries like Indonesia, Myanmar, Vietnam, the amount of the ratio is even bigger. They have like maybe 4,000 citizens to one lawyer. So in my personal observation over the years, I feel that in comparatively, Malaysia legal market is a more closed profession whereby we have more stringent regulation to control the admission of foreign lawyer. So our legal career or legal profession is compared to Singapore or Hong Kong or even China, we are in a more restrictive environment. Second, in Malaysia market, we tend to have lesser regional role because of the policy that the government in place. So many multimedia companies or many foreign companies, when they decide to come into this region, usually they would pick, sadly to say, they're not from Malaysia, they'll pick Singapore or Hong Kong as their regional hub. They will hire their lawyer, in-house lawyer to work in their regional hub because of the incentive or some policy that given at that country. The third point I want to share is Malaysia legal market or employment market is more pro-employee, whereby it's easy to hire here, but it's hard to fire, so-called. So whereas if you compare to Singapore or Hong Kong, the employer can terminate an employee just by giving notice. So but in Malaysia, you can't just terminate someone by giving a person notice. You have to dismiss them with valid ground and following certain employment law. The last one is, I think in terms of fees, Malaysia market commands the lesser fee as compared to other regions like Indonesia, Thailand. Most of them are charging USD. So the lower fees in our country for law firm, it may translate to a lower salary in the region. Yeah, so this is my personal observations. Okay, so after you has graduated and you wanted to look for a job, these are the places that you can get their job listing there. First is on our website. Then you can go to JobStreet, or you can go to Bar Council website or KL Bar website. You can go to LinkedIn and other job portal. So this is just a glance of when you're looking for a job, where can you turn to? Okay, so what are my career options with a law degree or as a young lawyer? Personally, I think there are three types of legal related job. First is a lawyer. To me, I'll call it lawyering in a law firm. Second is lawyering in a non-law firm. And third is non-lawyering job, but still related to the legal industry. I'll go in one by one to explain what do I mean. So first type, lawyering in law firm, as the word self-explained. So people who work or qualify and work in a law firm, we call them private practitioner. So they are qualified lawyer working in a law firm, either as a legal assistant or associate, or as a sole proprietor or as a partner of the firm. So do you know how many bars in Malaysia? This bar is not the bar that I show in the image. We are talking about the bars of lawyers. So we actually had three separate bars in Malaysia. This one is the Bar Council that we're familiar with, that governed all the practitioners in Peninsular Malaysia. So when it comes to Sabah and Sarawak, they had their own bar associations. And why not you do a guess? Is there more female lawyers or there are more male lawyers in the market? In fact, based on Bar Council statistics, there are more female lawyers in Malaysia than male lawyers. And do you know how many lawyers in Malaysia? So this is the statistic, the 10-year statistic showing the number of lawyers, number of practitioners. So I'll use the word practitioner just to differentiate from non-practitioner. Your lawyer is a general term. Yeah. So we have almost 20,000 practitioners in Malaysia. And you can see the number is rising. And how many law firms are there in Malaysia? So we have 20,000 practitioners. And these 20,000 practitioners are practicing in how many law firms? And how many foreign firms we have in Malaysia? Okay, this is the statistic. We have more than 6,000 law firms at the moment in Malaysia. And you can see the number of law firms is also in the rise over the past 10 years. So this statistic also show you law firm with 1 to 5 lawyers, 6 to 30 lawyers, and 30 lawyers above. How many are there in the market? You can see law firm with more than 30 lawyers are very, very little. And this is a breakdown of the years of practice. So lawyer, junior lawyer, or lawyer who has less than 7 years of practice experience, there are 6,913. And mid-tier lawyer, call it 7 to 12 years, they have 3,000 plus. And a senior lawyer, more than 12 years experience, they are 8,000 plus. So at one glance, you can see the range of lawyer and their breakdowns, the amount. So what does this statistic tell us? First, I would say for the past 5 years, the growth of law firms and number of lawyers is identical, it's similar. It's about 24%. And it's about 4.5% growth every year. And second observation that I have is the ratio of lawyer per citizen is getting smaller. So in 2015, 1,900 citizens against 1 lawyer. But now in this year, 1,683 citizens per lawyer that we have in this country. So this also shows that the market is more competitive. Based on just now the statistic that you can see, some country have 4,000 or 5,000 citizens against one lawyer. So in that market, it wasn't as competitive as Malaysia. So that's why recently there are many Malaysian lawyers also work in places like Vietnam, Cambodia, Myanmar, because that those countries are open up and developing, and they need more talent to come in. And the third observation I have is number of large law firms did not change much over the past 10 years. So in 2011, we had 26 so-called large law firms, and today we only had 33. And I can see that there's a trend about merging of firms. Firms are merging to stay more competitive. This is something common that I see in this recent year. And the last observation is mid-level practitioners are the smallest group in all times. So lawyer about 5 years to 12 years or 10 years, these are the smallest group, because I think many lawyers, when they work after 3 years or 5 years, or even 7 years, they'll start thinking whether I want to continue to practice or I want to switch my career to being an in-house lawyer or go to do something else. So this is a period that many lawyers will start thinking about their career switch or their career change. So I'll call it 5 years or 3 years a hurdle for a lawyer to stay. Okay, let's move on. So how do you categorize a law firm? So when you are choosing a law firm, first you can see there are 2 foreign law firms in Malaysia. You can first ask yourself whether I want to work in local firm or I want to work in foreign firm. So for local firms, there are many. And at the moment, we have 2 foreign law firms. These are the 2 foreign law firms in Malaysia. And second question you could ask yourself when you want to choose a law firm, do I want to join a sole proprietor firm? Do I want to join a small firm? Do I want to join a mid-tier firm? Or do I want to join a large law firm? So to me, I personally categorize large firm as firm that more than 50 lawyers, and mid-tier firm will be 10 to 49 lawyers, and so on. Or you could also look at another angle, whether you want to join a firm with foreign affiliation or with international affiliation. These are the 5 firms that I know that they have a foreign affiliation. Like Wong & Partners is affiliated to Baker McKenzie. Another angle to look at it is when you want to choose a law firm to go for, you can also ask yourself whether I want to venture and specialize in certain area of practice. So we call this firm called boutique law firm. The whole firm's only focusing and specializing in one area of practice. So like Belden is specializing in construction dispute. Wong Ginny and Theo is specializing in IP practice. Thomas Phillips only doing litigation. Wong Bei and Tho, they are very famous, or they are reputable for corporate finance work. Or if you want to do shipping work, then you can try a shipping firm called Rahayu & Partners. So these are examples of some boutique firms that you can go for if you want to specialize in certain area of practice. When you come to think about the area of practice, these are some common area of practice I have sort of categorized it. First one would be dispute resolution, where you will be asked to go to court or you'll be asked to attend arbitration hearing. So these are the dispute between parties. Or if you think, oh, I don't like to attend court, I want to stay in the office doing most paperwork, then you can choose other area of practice that may not require you to go to court. So this is some example of area of practice that you can look at. And if you want to know which law firm is being recognized or acknowledged to be good in which area of practice, you can visit legal500.com, and you can go to Malaysia chapter, and it will list down the firm that are reputable for certain area of work. This is for your reference only. So you can go to Legal 500 to have a sense of which firm is doing a lot of this kind of work. Okay, so this is a career path in private practice. You will start as a pupil. We call it 9-month pupillage, champering. Usually you call it champering. They'll be called to the bar. So after called to the bar, your position title could be legal assistant or associate. So a lot of people had some misunderstanding. They thought a legal assistant is assisting the lawyer, but actually legal assistant is the position title for lawyers. Or some firm, they call it associates. Then after about 3 to 5 years, you'll be promoted as a senior LA, usually you call it LA, or senior associates. Then your next career path will be salary partner and equity partner. So after that, if you still enjoy your work after 20 years, well, you may talk to a firm, say, hey, can I attach with you as a consultant? So this is the typical career path for a practitioner. Okay, so this is some salary survey that we have. You can see the salary for pupil allowance for first-year lawyer in different regions of Malaysia, and their initial annual increment. So just to give you some idea, in case you want to know how much a lawyer is earning. So this is a survey for lawyer that in Klang Valley. So like KL lawyer or pupil, KL pupil is earning about, I give a wide range, maybe 2,000 to 3,000 or 3,500. First year, they are earning about, I also give a wide range, 3,500. I still heard firm paying 3,500, or some firm even paying with the front loop bonus is even 6,000. So it's a very wide range. Okay, so I hope this can give you some idea of the salary. So just now we were talking about lawyering in law firm practice. So you can either choose to attach to a law firm as a legal associate or legal assistant, or you can set out your own practice after court to the bar. Second avenue we are now going to talk about is lawyering in non-law firms. There are 3 platforms or more than 3. I just share 3 common platforms that you can do it. Work as an in-house lawyer, serve in the civil service, and also joining a consulting firm. So let's go into lawyering in non-law firm. So this is a second type of career that you can choose. These are the 3 common areas that you can look at. So let's talk about in-house lawyer. So what's in-house lawyer? An in-house lawyer is where a company that hire a full-time lawyer to work with them full-time and provide legal advice, full spectrum of legal advice to the company. So that we call it in-house lawyer. So typically when a company has legal issue, they have 2 options. One, they can engage a law firm to help them to solve their legal issue, or they can hire an in-house lawyer and work and serve them dedicatedly full-time. So like many big companies, they will have legal department. So people who work in the legal department of a company, which is not a law firm, we call them in-house lawyer. Where you, meaning which company is hiring. Most of the large company, they will have legal department. So like for us, because we also help a client to hire in-house lawyer. So our clients range from MNC, multinational companies, international company, financial institutions, public listed company, oil and gas company, technology company, telco, or even regulatory body, places like Bursa, Bank Negara SC. This organization, we call it regulatory bodies. They also need quite a number of in-house lawyer. And how to be an in-house lawyer? And just now we know if we want to be a private practitioner, we need to serve our 9-month pupillage. But being an in-house lawyer, basically when you have a law degree, you are qualified to be an in-house lawyer. However, the fact is, because company is relying you to give them advice, so usually company would feel more comfortable to hire a lawyer who already has some working experience. But of course, sometimes we do help company to recruit fresh graduate to work as an in-house lawyer because they have an entry-level legal position in their legal department. But this sort of opportunity is quite rare. So career path for in-house lawyer, you can look at it when you finish your law degree or you finish your pupillage. Either one, you can start working as an in-house lawyer if you want, if you don't like to work in law firm. So you will call legal executive. There are also many names to it, but most commonly they call it legal executive. Then after a few years, you will promote as a senior legal executive. You'll move assistant manager, manager, or some they call it legal counsel, senior legal manager. And the so-called the head of the legal department, there are many names to it. Some call it head of legal, some call it general counsel, some call it legal director, some call it vice president. So there are many names to the head of the legal department. And when you see the job scope here, these are some typical job scope that in-house lawyer would do. Now we move to another options, it's called civil service. So after your law degree, you can choose to join either law enforcement agency, where you can maybe join the police or even the army or navy and others, where they have a so-called a legal department also. For example, if you join the police, you may apply to be a prosecuting officer. So you will prosecute people on some small offense that don't fall under AG Chamber. The other option is you can consider judicial and legal services sector, where there are many others, but I just highlight the two common ones, which is AG Chambers and also in the court. So when you serve in AG Chambers, actually there are 9 divisions there, and you see which division that suit you, because the nature of work are quite different in each division. So if you choose to join the court, you can be the senior assistant registrar. So you can assist the judge in managing the hearing, in doing hearing in chamber, this sort of work. Okay, so lawyering in non-law firm. This is the last category that I want to share, which is joining a consulting firm. So in Malaysia market, you have a will and trust firm, whereby the firm's business is provide will writing service, trust administration service, setting out trust. So they need people with legal background. The other type of company is, I call it intellectual property firm, where they help companies to register their trademarks, they help company to register their industrial right, blah, blah, blah. If you like intellectual property, you can consider joining company which focus on IP work, intellectual property work. And the third ones, I call it new law. This is something very new. In fact, it's more popular or common in Western country. New law is basically a company, a consulting company, where they are not a law firm, but what they do is they provide certain solution to the client which can solve their legal or compliance issues. Give you an example. A new law company may go to bank, will ask the bank, talk to the head of legal in the bank, will understand, hey, is there anything that we can help you to solve? Maybe the bank say, well, we had to manually going through certain standard agreement day by day. It's very tedious work. Can you help us to design a technology to provide certain lawyer who has the relevant background so that we can outsource the work to you? So new law is where technology is in place. Most of the time, those large new law companies, they'll deploy AI, and they will hire lawyer either as a full-time lawyer to attach with them or as a freelancer model for that project. And they will provide a consultancy service. They will approach the issue as a project as a whole, not only coming to so-called deliver legal service, because that is not their main business. Their business is combining technology, project management skill, providing legal talents, legal specialists, and consultancy. So to help certain company to be more efficient to solve their legal issues. So that we call it new law. If you don't like to work in a traditional law firm, new law is another way. So the last category is non-lawyering, but working in a legal-related company or legal-related industry. So this is some of the job available that I can think of. You can work as a legal editor. You can join like Let's Say Nurses, CLJ, these kind of places to work as a legal editor or other role. Or you can choose to be a legal academician. You can choose to be a law lecturer. So you're still related to legal industry, but it's just that you don't do lawyering work, the typical lawyering work. Or you can also join law firm to take on certain supporting role that is not typical practicing role, like knowledge management role, even as an IP paralegal, or even as to do business development. If you really like to help the law firms on the business development area, you can join them as a business development, or you can work as a practice manager. Practice manager is someone who look into the practice of the firm and see how to improve the way the law firm practice law. It could improve the workflow. The person could look at the workflow, the delivery system, whether it's effective, it's competitive. So practice manager do a lot of things. The other option is you can work as a compliant profession. So in many highly regulated industry like bank, insurance, even telco, there's a sizable group of compliance professional. So you can also join them as a compliance officer. Or you could take on another qualification, do your ICSA and become company secretary. Or if you don't like paperwork, you like people, you can join us. We are legal recruiter. So our job is to help lawyers to get jobs, help law firm, help company to build a strong team, connecting them with the good talents, good legal talents. So if someone don't like to do paperwork, join us. That's legal recruitment. Recently, there's another avenue for people with law degree in this legal technology. So legal technology is where a company who use technology to improve or to make changes in how the legal industry work. For example, practice management software, where the law firm use a software to improve their legal practice. So those companies that provide the software is a legal technology firm. There are many types of legal technology firm in the market and in the world. Yeah. Okay. So my conclusion. First, I want to ask you, do you understand what is LLB? You guys may have already obtained your LLB or may be pursuing your LLB. So I know LLB, came from a Latin word, stand for law degree, but I'm not talking that sort of LLB. I want you to understand, to me, I think LLB is a good lawyer should be well versed with foundation of law. So that's the first L stand for law. Second L to me stand for is language. So imagine you're very good in your law, but you are not able to communicate well. You're not able to advocate well in court. When you're not able to communicate well, it's hard for you to give effective legal advice. So the language is very important. So language in speaking or language in writing, drafting. So language skill is highly important. If you do not have the language skill, it's going to be very challenging for you to do well in this industry. So LLB, law, language. B stand for business. Why business coming? Because as a good lawyer, you need to have very good business mindset. You need to have some business acumen. Because when your client, especially if your area of practice is serving company, is serving businesses, when the business people come to you, you can give them very good law principle and you can speak very well. But if you do not have some business sense, you are not able to provide practical advice to them. Maybe the advice that you provide to them is aligned with the law, it's good from the law perspective, but it's not practical because it doesn't make business sense. They are not going to do it. So I saw a lot of successful lawyer. Most of the time, they are the one with very good business acumen. They can relate to their client and they can provide practical solution to the clients. So this is what LLB to me personally stand for. Law, you need to be good in all these areas if you want to be an outstanding lawyer, if you want to be a successful lawyer. Second advice that I wanted to give to law students is that while you are still doing your undergrad program, take advantage in joining non-academic activities, take advantage in volunteer yourself to do leadership role, because all this soft skill or leadership skill is going to differentiate you from another law student or law grads. If I'm an employer, 2 law students come to me, both had very good results. Who am I going to hire? I'm going to hire someone who has good communication skill, who show leadership potential. How do I judge that? I'll look at the CV, see whether the person take on any activities apart from just studying. So being book smart is not enough now. You have to nurture your soft skill, your leadership skill. So take this opportunity to take on roles like this to really equip yourself and be more competitive. Advice I want to give to law students is build network. Build networks because when you come out to work, there are many stakeholders that will come into your daily work. You need to deal with court officer if you do litigation. Your client could be an in-house lawyer. So these people always come with law background, and they could be people that you met in the university or cross-university activities. So if you manage to have good network, stay connected with your friends, it really will help you in your legal career in future. The last advice I want to give to law students or young lawyer is pick an area of practice that match your personality. Like I say, there are many areas of practice. So I take litigation as an area of practice, dispute resolution. Dispute resolution needs someone who is comfortable with facing conflict because both sides are arguing. So if your personality are not comfortable with handling conflict, you may struggle initially when you get into dispute resolution work. I'm not saying, you can't do well. You can do well because I believe we can always learn. Our personality sometimes molded by our environment. But just that if you could understand your own personality and your area of practice can align with that, that would be perfect. Yeah. So don't get me wrong again. Your area of practice is not decided by your personality. I want to repeat it. Your area of practice is not decided by your personality. It's more decided by your strong desire, your career goal, what you want to build for yourself. It's decided by that, but not decided by your personality. It's just that when you are choosing your area of practice, or you don't know which area of practice that you will like, then I think those area of practice that match your personality, it will be good. So usually, there are 4 types of personality: dominance, influential, steadiness, conscientious. We call DISC. So maybe in future we can do a workshop to talk about this. What type of personality will suit what kind of area of practice? So at least you have some awareness as to what you're going into. This is my last slide. So I just go through some of the slides that I feel is relevant and useful for students. Okay, so we have also set up this eLawyer Toastmasters Club 1 year ago. This is for the purpose of helping lawyers and law students to improve their public speaking skill, communication skill, and also their leadership skill. So Toastmasters Club is an international movement. So you have Toastmasters International. So we are one of the Malaysia chapter. So do join our Toastmasters Club activities. So during Toastmasters Club, we will do table topic speech. We will do prepared speech. And if you join as an ESCO member, then you will be involved in organizing events. Yeah. So feel free to visit our Facebook page and follow us. So because of the MCO, we are having a virtual meeting instead of a face-to-face meeting now. So do join us. We usually have it Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m. Our meeting is twice a month. And just take a bit of the time to go through what is eLawyer. A lot of people ask, hey, eLawyer, what's E stand for? So I'll say E stand for Employment for Lawyers, or empowering lawyer through jobs, coaching, and technology, because I'm a certified coach also. So I do coaching for lawyers also. You're welcome to sign up as a member with us so that you can use our online tools to create a professional look CV. You get connected to potential employer when you're looking for a job. You also can reach out to us if you need any legal advice. You will receive a latest job alert and you can apply job through our website. So eLawyer on another aspect is like job street for lawyers. And this is the page that you can go, our website, then you can join. So it's free, totally free to join as a member, as a job seeker. You can stay in touch with us through Facebook and LinkedIn page. And sometimes we do open up for internship for law students. So if you feel like doing internship in a different environment, yeah, do consider us. Okay, I think that's all is my sharing.